now talking about the 2014 horror movie Dark Awakening, and this one is directed by Dean Jones and stars genre legend Lance Henriksen. And the story focuses on this young family. They basically move to this kind of the kind of familial home of this gent where he kind of used to grow up, and obviously you've got the guy, the wife, and their child. And it's a little bit of an odd place that it appears that there are no children around, and the whole town seems to be inhabited by elderly people. So it's a little bit weird, and the elderly people seem to be fascinated with the young child, basically, and kind of it almost becomes a little bit creepy for the family, and we don't really know why. And the family kind of make friends with the local priest, played by Lance Henriksen, and they appear to be menaced by the spirits of young children. Now, there appears to be some kind of dark history in this particular area that may stem back from one of the family members, and obviously as the movie progresses we kind of learn more about it and how it will affect our family of residents of this house. So let's talk about the Dark Awakening. First of all, this movie's whole setup is that it has a little bit of a twist moment at the end of the film, and that kind of comes probably four-fifths of the way of the movie through, but it's a good twist. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it does feel like the whole movie is just kind of a setup for that one twist. But it's a fairly original twist. It has been seen a couple of times, but it's for the most part I would say it's a fairly original twist, and it does make it for quite a unique horror film to a certain degree in the way that it's kind of sets up. So that was quite good, and it's nice to see Lance Henriksen in a bit of a larger role than he appears to be in films these days. He more or less has walk-on appearances in the last in a few years. So although he's not the main character of this film, he does have a bit of a larger role here as the local priest, and essentially he is able to out-act anyone on the screen. The acting is a little bit on the choppy side, and he even goes so far as to say is the extras that are used for these elderly people are hilariously bad sometimes. They're the over-exaggerated, oh look, there's a child, gosh face, stuff like that. It's quite funny. The effects themselves, in regards to when we do see the ghostly kind of stuff, it's a little bit of a mixed bag. I feel it's okay for a low-budget movie, and is mildly effective, but they're not going to blow your socks off or make you particularly scared. This isn't a particularly scary horror film, really, and it doesn't really have much in the way of getting that that fear, that kind of creepy ambience that I feel is the key to a good horror film. It really doesn't have much of that, but the story is quite interesting nonetheless, and I kind of like the twist, and it's kind of a different tale on the tried and tested haunted house genre. So overall, I gotta say, I actually kind of liked this movie, and I liked having a strong choice in regards to where the story went. But I do feel it was more or less just a setup for that, and then the rest of the film seems almost inconsequential when you put that twist on it, basically. Henriksen is just great to watch in this role. I really enjoyed him in here. And the kids are quite fun as well, I've got to say. When we do see the child actor on screen, I thought he's quite endearing. But that's all I'm going to say in regards to the plot and stuff, because I do feel that the whole point of this movie is to be surprised at the twist, and it's not a bad one. So overall, I'll give this movie a 6 out of 10. Have you seen it? What do you think of it? Leave me a comment, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.